These niggas out here trying to kill everybody. For real. Like Joe Biden and Deep State trying to whack everybody right now. Which is crazy. Because I don't get these people. Well, I do get them, but I don't get them. I get the fact that they desperately wicked. I get that fact. They desperately wicked. Good morning. Good morning. I get that. They're super duper wicked. But when you look at what's going on right now, Trump called for them to calm down with this long range missile crap shooting into Russia. And everybody want to make Russia the enemy and want to go to war with Russia when Russia ain't the damn enemy. The real enemy is the deep state military industrial complex that wants to kill us all. They want to make money on blood and death and murder, man. The one good thing that's going on right now is, you know, the news media is so untrusted that they can't get it off like they used to. You know, they can't be like Russia, 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 Russia gonna kill us. They can't really get it off. Now, I'm kind of feeling like to make the Russian collusion hoax stick this time, the deep state feels like they want to do some stuff with Russia, like have a little mini back and forth with Russia. You know what I'm saying? Because if you kind of look at what's going on, you got them coming out in the Wall Street Journal, Washington Post, saying that Tulsi Gabbard is a Russian asset, right? And so the media doesn't have the credibility that it had a month ago, 6 months ago, 12 months ago. And I feel like right now they're trying to create some credibility with this war crap. Now, there was news that came out overnight that said that Ukraine actually fired a long range missile into Russia and hit one of their depots. And then this morning, Russia upgraded their nuclear doctrine, which I'm going to tell you like this. Let's just keep it real. If you really want to pop off and go to war, you ain't all this talking. I updated my doctrine. Like, if you really convinced that you want to kill a whole bunch of people, you're not gonna be like I updated a piece of paper. You know what I'm saying? It's just gonna pop off. So it, it's almost as if the deep state wants to push us all the way to the line and see how far they can push it. But from a Russian standpoint, I mean, if they just wanted to get it popping, they would just get it popping. So it's kind of like in the streets. If somebody been playing games, they roll by and shot up your house. You ain't gonna be like, okay, I'm loading my gun. I'm putting gas in the car. No, you just gonna roll through and just bust their ass. You see what I'm saying? And that's the confusing thing about what we see going on right now. They don't want to go to war. Russia damn sure don't want to go to nuclear war. Nobody wants to go to a nuclear war except for these jackasses in our government. And I noticed that after Trump came out and said he was going to court martial them, is when they started behaving this way. Which only means that he needs to court martial and lynch them and hang them for trying to bring the world to World War III and bring the whole entire world to an end. There's no doubt about it. If you have a nuclear war, this planet's done. Even the people who survive, done. So I mean, it ain't like they're not making a decision for the entirety of the planet. Is that a rifle this dude got? Nah, he fixing the AC. No, they're fixing the AC unit. Yeah, so yeah, and the craziest thing is you putting us at risk over Ukraine. And the thing that got me is if the American people would have rejected this foolishness in the big beginning, instead of putting freaking Ukrainian flags all over their houses, then they wouldn't have had any kind of goodwill to do it at all. I never understood that. Like, what you put a Ukraine flag outside of your house for? Ukraine ain't got a damn thing to do with America. Could y'all hit the like button? Scott Riggs says Russia won't do anything. The hell they won't. The hell they won't. People got the game messed up. The concept and idea that Russia won't do anything. Russia has been to war on its home turf. Russia has lost millions of people before in war. Russia has bunkers for their people in case of nuclear war. You see what I'm saying? We don't. Russia is prepared for nuclear war because Russia has been to war on their home soil. And Russia, yeah, I remember when Putin said it in the speech, he said, we will never go through that again. I remember looking at that man's eyes on his inauguration speech when he was saying it, watching the speech. Back then, I wasn't doing too good. It was dirt. My life I'm doing pretty bad back then. Like I had went through my divorce. Real talk, I'm gonna keep it real, Joe. I went through my divorce. I didn't have nothing. I was sleeping on a bed that a man died in. And I'm laying across the bed with his little bitty mini laptop, and I'm watching him. And he says, no, Russia will never, as a nation, go through what we went through before. And when he started laying out the history of Russia, I was like, oh, snap. What he's saying is, you ain't finna just come over here and kill us. If we die, you die. And the look at this, and the people fully endorsed it. Russians are not like Americans. They ain't running around with all this stupid liberal foolishness like America has. They haven't been infiltrated by the deep state like America has. They haven't taken on LGBTQ and all the rest of this other crazy side socialist movements and all the rest of this. Nah, them people got his back. They're about that action. They will blow us off the map. I'm sorry. I wish he was not about that business and he wasn't about that life, but I know he about that life. So, so it's one of those plays where, you know, they about that action. Somebody said, brother in Christ, we don't need bunkers. We don't have them. So it don't matter. You dig? Yeah, the only thing you can do is pray about it. I ain't coming over here talking to you about something that I hadn't prayed on already and haven't been praying on. But the point I'm making is we have a group of people in this nation. They satanic, Marxist bastards who don't give a damn. They won't see the world come to an end. They want destruction. What do you think they were driving America to prior to this, prior to Trump winning? It was, and I've said this, I said it a lot of times. If you go back and read your Bible, the way that, especially in the Old Testament, the way that the judgment of God came down upon nations was always through the leadership of the nation. The leadership of the nation led people into idolatry, sexual perversion, child sacrifice, and all these different things. And then God judged that nation. It started with renegade Obama, and boom, here we go, headed into judgment. And we got partial spot judgments here. Boom, 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 boom. This election was an opportunity for everybody to say, nope, we're not in league with all this foolishness. And so we win the election. Jesus is on the ballot because Kamala Harris put him on the ballot by saying, oh, you at the wrong rally. You need to go to the little rally up the street. Here come Jesus on the ballot, boom. And so here come the empire striking back, say, oh no, we're going to take everybody to nuclear war. You know what I'm saying? Quite frankly, I'm hoping that, and it's messed up because I know Zelensky, when you really think about it, Zelensky came out Friday or maybe Thursday last week and said, yeah, I think this war will come to an end pretty quickly. Putin's signal, I want this war to come to an end pretty quickly. Somebody told Zelensky, you're going to shoot some of these damn missiles or else we're going to kill you. We got 60 more days. We'll kill you in the next 60 days. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for the bread. I think that says Toya or Tanya. Toya. Right, Michael. Thank you, love. So when you really look at the situation, I mean, what does it take for Zelensky to say, yeah, I'm going to shoot this rocket into Russia and it can start World War III? I don't give a damn. Knowing that he going to be blown off the map. Knowing that he going to be blown off the map. It takes somebody to put him in fear of his life. It truly does. Then I'm just messing around looking at the creepy videos just to see what's going on. And I slowed down on my little short videos because, frankly, there was no new good stuff out there. I've looked at probably 10,000 videos over the course of a year. And, you see the same thing over and over and over and over again. And then you get to the UFO crap. Bruh. When you go start looking at the UFO videos, it's damn spaceships that look like cities that's being seen in Africa, especially South Africa. And it looked like a whole damn city in the sky. Triangles the size of buildings in Romania. I'm like, what the hell is going on out here in these streets? It's crazy. All I can tell you is if we make through the next 64 days, and get to this inauguration, I think we'll be all right. But by no means do I think that this would be no easy couple of days to get through. Because these bastards is crazy. I mean, they're absolutely crazy and insane. And I don't know if it's the process that people need to go through to wake up. Because I know we went through a contentious election and people like, oh, the left is this, the left. But we need them people to wake up. Truthfully. We need them to get out their feelings. Like I saw one of my neighbors. This is how deranged he was. He took chalk and wrote on the back of his windshield, would you like to buy a vowel? And then he spelled F with the blank, RUMP, and he left the U's off Trump and the word fuck. And he was riding around with his vehicle with that on the back of the window. Young man. I mean, dude's got to be probably 25. And so I see him. I said, man, why you got that on the back of your car? Because I can't stand Donald Trump. I said, why? He couldn't even articulate it. And the thing that gets me is dudes like that would be on the battlefield in World War III. If it don't go nuclear, it just goes to a war, a kinetic war, which it should go nuclear, which I believe it would. But let's just say they abandoned the whole nuclear thing and decide to invade America. Guess what? Your ass is going to go fight, boy. And you ain't ready to go fight? If you can't emotionally handle losing an election without scribbling on the back of your window, you are not ready to go to war. You can't even take orders in war. And so it's like we need those people to come out of this psychosis, this witchcraft that they've been in, because that's all it boils down to. The media actually casting spells over them with words. Manipulation is witchcraft. We need them to come out of it, man. We truly need them to come out of it. And I don't know if the events that are going to happen now are designed to break them out of that spell or what. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure. But they need to come out of it. I mean, they truly need to come out of it. When they look at their lives right now, the only thing that's different from this election, from election day to now, is that we about to go to World War III, which that was always a threat on the table back then, before the election. Because it was when Keir Starmer, the British UK, whatever the hell he is, the president of the UK came over in September. He came over to talk about shooting missiles into long-range missiles into Russia, which is crazy. He's a World Economic Forum leader all over the World Economic Forum conferences. That's the people that, in my opinion, need to go. Like, all them people need to be dealt with. Now, I ain't talking about arrested. Them people need to be dealt with. Bill Gates, dealt with. The whole entirety of the World Economic Forum need to get wiped out. Wiped off the map. Davos, too, wiped off the map. Oh, we got our Davos convention. Boom. That's what need to happen with them people. Because they are enemies to all nations. If I had to put it into words, that's Satan's head goon squad on this planet. You know what I'm saying? Somebody caught on a Renegade. They knew who I'm talking about. Yeah, it all started with Renegade. So, all them people need to be dealt with. I'm sorry. They pose a danger to the world itself. And they're proud of it. We're the World Economic Forum. They pose the greatest threat to the entirety of the world. Yeah, I agree with you, Jeff. That's where they need to go, to that summit. I don't know, guys. I know I've seen some things. Those things I'm not going to talk about. All I'll say is we need Donald Trump to stop that foolishness, because we don't need the planet destroyed. We had this pivotal moment where humanity can capture all the promises that are there, and all the technologies that are there for humanity can be unlocked, for humanity to have great lives, or death and slavery. And that's where we are. And we're in a very pivotal moment. And unfortunately, I don't even think people see the moment we're in, because they're so busy having deranged meltdowns. They don't see the moments that we're in. Some people are euphorically happy, not knowing that they're still in danger. You know what I'm saying? Some people are euphorically happy and not realizing that their whole everything is in danger. So I'm hoping that we can get this country unified and get people off the craziness, because it needs to be a unified nation. And I know people are like, oh, the left is this. Yeah, people got their own minds. They got a way of thinking, but people need to be woken up to the truth. You know what I'm saying? People need to be woken up to the truth. Somebody said I'm not worried about anything. Um, Daddy Trump got this guy, got his back. Well, I'm gonna tell you like this: these type of decisions are handled in the courts of heaven. These major decisions like war in the world, and so you need to be praying. So you can register in the spirit realm, like, no, Lord, we don't want war. Just trust me, they got people out there who weighing in that want it. They got people with altars sacrificing pigs and dogs and everything else trying to bring destruction. So you need to weigh in. Check in. You know what I'm saying? You need to check in. If not, then those wicked ones. And the craziest thing about the wicked ones, they know where the truly wicked ones, they know where they're going. And they want to go there. And they full on believe that that's the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Infinite Love said, give me $4.99. Thank you, Infinite Love. Yeah, I call it Jesus Christ. I don't call it witchy language. Whatever you call it, it's divine, blah, blah, blah. No. The one who created everything, his name is Jesus. I ain't confused about what I call nothing. You call it what you want to call it. I know exactly what it is. So the point I'm making is these kind of decisions need to be weighed. They're weighed on scales. Is there? So it's not water, it's water. Use the D. W-A-D-A, not water. Water. W-A-D-A, water. W-A-D-A, water. Where everybody from, man? Give me some shout outs. Let me see where the audience coming from. Las Vegas, Nevada. That's what Infinite Love is. Fort Lauderdale, Idaho, Virginia. Water. There you got it right. Water. You got it. Tennessee, Virginia, Louisville, Wisconsin, Alabama, VA, Texas. Somebody say my mama. Did y'all see that AOC is pregnant? AOC from California is pregnant and having a baby. Congratulations, AOC. I hope your baby is healthy and strong and great. But AOC had trouble defining what a woman was. I guess you know what a woman is now. I went out to dinner one night with some friends. And one of them just so happened to be, we had a conversation. And the conversation was dragged down to what a woman really is. And everybody's sitting there talking. And I'm looking. And I said, y'all have a problem understanding what a woman is? You got a problem. Your mama is a woman. That's why your mama. And he just looked. What you gonna say? Your mama is a woman. And all that foolishness shut up right then and there. You know what I'm saying? Your mama is a woman. That's where you came from, boy. And all the rest of that stuff you talking. Sulphur Springs, Texas. If I'm not mistaken, Sulphur Springs, y'all got some weird stuff in Sulphur Springs, man. If I'm thinking that's the same place. There's some weird stuff in Sulphur Springs, and there's some weird, crazy stuff happening in the hurricane hit areas of North Carolina. Real weird, crazy stuff. like cryptid monster weird. But I don't even talk about that. And I've been watching to see if anybody in the cryptid community got plugged like that to get any information on it. Ain't nobody talking about it because ain't nobody got none of the new stuff. All they doing is repeating old people stuff. You know what I'm saying? But there's some weird, monstrous stuff going on over there. Very weird, monstrous stuff. Smash the like button, man. There's 345 people in here. It's bad enough that YouTube suppresses me down to hundreds. There was times when it was 4,000 or 5,000. I've just come to realize that YouTube be acting funny with a brother. You know what I'm saying? They be bugging out. You dig? Why people can't look inside? I don't know what you mean by that. Thank you for digging my channel. Oak Ridge is famous for weird stuff. Oak Ridge, huh? Well, there's a lot of weird stuff going on. In fact, there was a lot of weird stuff going on election night. But it is what it is. Thank you for hitting the like button, my friend. What a beautiful moon. Still PA, Michigan, and Arizona counting votes. No, I want to say it was the Pennsylvania Supreme Court came out and told them stop counting them damn illegal ass ballots and warned them and told them they needed to stop it. So they're trying to steal House and Senate seats. And honestly, guys, I think they should let them keep rolling them ballot trucks out so they can all go to prison. That was the craziest thing, bruh. On election night when I was sitting there watching, and I saw on the news them pull up trucks of ballots on the news and start unloading ballots in trucks. I said, oh my goodness. I said, they just got busted on national TV. You know what I'm saying? On national TV, they got busted. I was like, man, this is wild. I was like, all them people going to prison. That's just a matter of time. You couldn't have never. There wouldn't have been enough money you could have ever paid me to roll up with some. Thank you, Jill. You could have never paid me enough money to roll up in that truck. Now, when I'm looking at them numbers, not after you got away with it once, and then you're gonna sit there and be like, okay, because you know they got to do it at a certain time because they got to kind of know the count to know how many they need. They were like, well, James, we need you to roll in there with those ballots. Hell no. Hell no. We'll pay you $5 million. Kiss my black behind. No. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for what you do and the time it takes to do it. You on my first super chat. Well, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. I don't get many super chats, man. That's why I appreciate all the super chats. I watch a lot of channels and people be like, oh, they save the super chats for later to read them and monetize them. I'm just thankful that you like what I'm saying enough to give me some money. You know what I'm saying? Just bought me a cigar with that one. All I'm saying is this. I wouldn't have been doing that. You guaranteed to go to prison at this point in time. This most heavily contested, anticipated election ever. You couldn't have paid me to stuff a ballot box. You couldn't have paid me to do none of that foolishness. I'd be like, nah, y'all are on your own with this one. I'm on my own. Why did it end this way? I wish that we could do it all again. I would have went Patti LaBelle and Michael McDonald on their ass. You on your own, baby. No, yeah. I wouldn't have did it. I'm gonna tell y'all a secret. Nobody know this. Don't share this with nobody. I have an unwritten rule and a written rule. If Patti LaBelle is singing a song in a car and you're in a car with me, and it's a duet, nobody get to sing the Patti part but me. I'm Patti when it comes to singing them songs. Nobody else get to sing the Patti part. It could be 15 people in the car. There've been 5 people in the car before, and they start singing Patti. I turn it off. Everybody shut up. I'm Patti. I get to sing the Patti part. Nobody else get to sing Patti. You did? Beyonce is a Section 8 version of Patti LaBelle. You know what I'm saying? Point blank, period. Did y'all see that Beyonce's mama started beefing out with Candace Owens? Over Candace talking about Beyonce getting paid $10 million. That girl got paid $10 million to talk for 3 minutes. I'm sitting there saying, oh my goodness. Girl, you got $10 million for a 3-minute endorsement. Woo! Must be good. Must be good. And then they still lost. That's the best thing about this election was America showed celebrities that nobody give a damn about you and what you think and what you feel. 10 years ago, oh man, people would have been like, oh, Beyonce and Jay-Z endorsed. Remember, it was with Hillary. Beyonce and Jay-Z endorsed Hillary. Woo! It just goes to show you that celebrities don't hold the weight they used to hold. More importantly, those celebrities who are idols don't hold the weight that they used to hold over the American people. I'm happy about it. Because all them people dumb as bricks. You know what I'm saying? People should not be listening to no damn celebrity telling them what to do. I'm waiting for the people in sports. They got one of these dudes in sports that play wide receiver or something. And he always politically active. The boy is ignorant. When you sit there and listen to the boy, the things he says, he pisses me off because he'll sit there and say America's racist and misogynist and all the rest of the stuff. But Negro, you played NFL sports and made millions of dollars running up and down the field holding on to a pig. A damn pig with air in it. And there was white people in the stands chatting and cheering and shouting your name and paying millions of dollars to see you holding a pig. When you really think about it, they run up and down, they throw a pig back and forth. Well, it used to be a pig skin. Now, and you don't tell them what it's made out of now. But you get the point I'm making. You know what I'm saying? Shut your behind up and make your money and be happy. Because there ain't nowhere else on this planet you could have made a living and took care of your whole entire bloodline by running around with a pig. Think about it. If any of us went to the woods and got a little baby pig, what's the name of a baby pig? Y'all in the woods, what you call a little baby pig? I want to use the real name. And slapping each other on the butt. Oh, that piglet. Thank you. If any of us ran around and picked up a piglet and ran up and down in the woods and tried to tackle each other, will we get paid millions of dollars running around with a piglet? No, we wouldn't get millions of dollars running around with a piglet. We should try it. We should all go in the woods, find a clearing, and then play tackle with a piglet and see if anybody gonna give us any money. Hell no, ain't nobody gonna give us money running around with a piglet. They running around with piglets. You know what I'm saying? Shit, we can find a chupacabra and run around. Ain't nobody want to watch us run around no damn baby chupacabra. A chubalet. Maybe a piglet, it would be a chubalet. Nobody let us run around with a chubalet. We ain't getting paid for that, but he got paid. But America's racist. Sit your dumb behind down. Stop dishonoring the people that allowed you to get the money. Both black and white and Latino. Come on, man. Run around with a piglet. That's why they need somebody like me on their shows. I go on the show, they be talking. I said, man, you ran around with a piglet For 5, 10 years, you ran around with a piglet, tight pants on, and slapped men on the butt, and you made millions of dollars, and you talking bad about America. Come on, dog. Let's keep it real, dog. That's the thing that get me about these people, man. And then you ran around with the piglet, and you think running around with a piglet gives you the right to share an opinion with us about politics. Only thing you know, basically, is being nude with guys, slapping guys on the butt, and running around with pigs. That's the only thing you understand. It's crazy, man. Shit, I pay more money to see Bigfoots play football than to see you play football. It's crazy. I love me some Candace Owens. I don't agree with everything she say, but I love me some Candace Owens. Yeah, I did watch the Mike Tyson fight. I thought the Mike Tyson fight was real interesting. I thought Mike had more in him than he actually had. So I was wrong. I was like, Mike gonna knock this dude out. But then when I saw Mike walking down the aisle and he looked old walking down the aisle, I said, oh, hell. I said, oh, hell. Then Netflix started to crash. I was like, oh, hell. And so then I saw Mike in the ring. I didn't even see the first round of the fight because it was crashing. That's probably the only round where he had some oomph in him. And then it got to the point where I was like, well, you know, Jake Paul, you earn my respect, because Jake Paul could have knocked the dog crap out of Mike Tyson. And I'm sitting there saying, well, Jake, you know what? You're in a no-win situation. You're making $60 million, $70 million, $100 million. I think it's a good thing he didn't try to knock out Mike Tyson. He couldn't win. If Jake Paul would have knocked Mike Tyson out and beat that old man up like he could have done, you know what I'm saying? America would have hated Jake Paul. They would have hated him more than they hated him. He's fine with being a villain, but boy, you would have been a villain unlike any other villain. So he did a good job. He pulled some punches. They threw some punches at each other. And he was like, yeah, you know, I honor Mike Tyson. Mike's one of the greatest. And I said, oh, hell, okay, cool, I'll take that. You know what I'm saying? And then people like, I'm disappointed. Mike, man, shut up. The man, 58 years, a 60-year-old man. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they literally showed his behind. I don't know why they showed Mike's behind on TV like that. That was ridiculous. That was totally ridiculous. But nonetheless, I guess it's because it was Netflix. I mean, it's not like it was regular TV. You know, it was Netflix. Netflix didn't give a damn. So, I mean, I'm happy that the man made his money. You know what I'm saying? Now, some people was like, you know, it was a Masonic ritual and it was harnessing people's energy and attention. And, oh, okay. I don't know about that one. I just think a lot of people wanted to see Mike Tyson. They wanted to have the nostalgia of seeing the Mike Tyson fight. And they didn't get it fully. But it is what it is. I'm happy the man got 20 million. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy Jake made his money. And then the down ballot fights, the fights that came before, especially them two broads, Lord, them girls were savages. I mean, they was full on savages. So I was like, that was a good fight. The other fight with Barrios and the other dude was a damn good fight. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't like you didn't get nothing for your time. You just didn't get what you wanted. Can't always get what you want. Yeah, I saw Bone Jones. That dude there. That man right there is a dog. Somebody said, at least he earned it, not like Beyonce. Oh my goodness, you're right about that. This the Bigelow cigar, by the way. Somebody asked when I'm smoking. So yeah, I mean, it could have been better. Yeah. Had Mike Tyson fought him instead of fighting Roy Jones, people would have got more because he had a lot more in his tank when he fought Roy Jones. But it is what it is. Now, I don't think he need to be going his ass in the ring trying to fight nobody else. You made 20 million, Mike. pay them taxes, sit down, and be done with it. You know what I'm saying? That's a wrap. Unless you're gonna fight another 70-year-old, then that's all we need to see. Well, two 70-year-old men don't need to be fighting anyway. They don't need to be fighting anyway. So yeah, I thought the fight was cool. You know what I'm saying? It was about what you could expect. But Mike Tyson needs to sit down and go back to his podcast, eat his mushrooms, smoke his weed, and be the personality that he is. I saw Charleston White got kicked out of a city council meeting for wilding out. Um, it's amazing because the news media, that what we call it, the dinosaur media is dead. You know what I'm saying? And they're struggling with coming to terms with the fact that nobody listens to them. And you watch it all day long and you see it. If you turn on the news at any point in time, you see them struggling with the fact that they are no longer relevant at all. They have no relevance. And it's their fault because they just lie, man. Like I did a video yesterday. Even Newsmax. I'm talking about Russia and Ukraine, and Newsmax, the dude just comes on there and just starts lying. And not addressing the real issue. I'm like, bro, you guys are supposed to be real TV, real news. You're not addressing the issue. The issue is the UN, it keeps pushing up on the borders of Russia. If they leave Russia alone, Russia will be fine. But no, they won't leave them alone. I don't know, maybe it was a woke host that I caught, but I mean, he pissed me off real quick. And the world is not in a place where they're interested in hearing liars anymore. They want authentic, real people just to talk to them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they just want authentic people just to talk and just keep it real. You could be wrong in your opinion, but lying and being wrong are two different things. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. If you haven't had opportunity to accumulate you some Bitcoin, you should be doing it now. My advice to you, as nations and companies are starting to take Bitcoin on as a reserve currency, you ain't got to get a whole bunch, but do your little buy program where you buy $5 a day, $10 a day. Take my advice on it. You'll love me 20 years from now. You'll be like, man, DW, you told me this and I'm doing real well. You need to be accumulating. They call it stacking sats. Stack you some sats, some Satoshis, man. That's the one thing I'm seeing in the news that's all over the place. I saw an announcement yesterday that one company was, they raised $70 million to accumulate. Another company raised $390 million. Trump came out and said that he was going to accumulate Bitcoin and hold a Bitcoin reserve. And the reason why is because it's the money of the future and it's digital money. And who has it, as the value goes up, that nation will be rich. So you'll see that nations are accumulating. Now, China's way ahead of us already because a lot of the stuff came out of China. But accumulate you some of that, man. You know what I'm saying? They got a whole bunch of others. I'm just telling you, accumulate the big boy. You know what I'm saying? Accumulate. Because I have Satoshis from 10 years ago that are stuff that I put in my safe. Put them on paper and put them in my safe. And they just held. You know what I'm saying? Darkness in the building. Somebody talk about LeBron. LeBron has destroyed basketball, him and his stupid son. Anybody who watches basketball at this point in time, I mean, LeBron destroyed basketball. Curry, dumb behind, came out, got involved in politics, destroyed his whole name getting involved in politics. People made some bad decisions this political cycle. And what scares me is this. We know that certain people are in a club and they do all these Diddy type things. And I feel like we got laid out in front of us, everybody that was in the Diddy Club, everybody that was in the Diddy Club doing Diddy-ish things were all brought to the forefront, and they had to bring to bear all of their influence to try and help. So if that's the case, then it just says that Curry's in the Diddy Club. You know what I'm saying? Curry's in the Diddy Club. So I'm interested in seeing what's up with these tapes. I was seeing articles about Diddy, how he got men in prison fighting over who gonna make his bed in the morning. Which I always felt like if you take somebody like Diddy and put him in prison, he gonna be all right. Everybody's like, Diddy not gonna do it. I said that boy gonna be fine in prison. He gonna be happy as hell in prison. People like he gonna be scared. I was like, no, he ain't. He still got bread. He can put money on, have somebody put money on people's books. He gonna be perfectly fine. Rusty, thank you, Rusty. You know what I'm saying? So when we start talking about the diddler, I mean, I figure the diddler gonna take over wherever he go. That's just the type of personality he is. You did? Yeah, I've accumulated silver for a long time. A long, long time. Have I heard about Diddy's egg test? I heard something. No. Yeah, I did hear. I take that back. I did hear about that. I did hear about that. And I heard about him saying something about get the pizza boxes out the basement. You know what I'm saying? Well, silver's not moving because silver's been artificially suppressed by J.P. Morgan for a very long time. Somebody say I accumulate kittens. So you said you're a cat man or a cat woman? I got the perfect thing for you. I got some Haitian migrants that I'm gonna move into your house, man. I'm gonna call up to Washington D.C. Give me your address and get some Haitians to come over there. They help you take care of them cats. You dig? So yeah, I'm about to get off here and go ahead and finish doing some work and make it happen. Yeah, I'm interested in seeing this stuff come out. That's one thing that has to be destroyed is the deep state's blackmailing system. Don't tell me the fire alarm went off when I'm about to go in there and do some work. Nah, that's not that. That's not that fire alarm for that building. Man, did y'all see that hurricane that was sitting there trying its best to slam into America? There was a hurricane sitting off whatever that southern peninsula is down there by Mexico. That thing, I was watching one of the weather guys, and it was just sitting there trying its best to do everything it could. And I was telling y'all, I did a video. I said, hey, they have to have some kind of HARP antenna array in this area because all the hurricanes shoot over here and then they sit there and they build up and then they skyrocket where they want them to go. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's still stuck there or not, but it's crazy that that the damn hurricanes are being targeted like arrows. They're shooting arrows at people with hurricanes, man. And you notice how when Donald Trump won the election, the hurricane that was coming made a hard left turn and went over and sat in that area and then dissipated. You know what I'm saying? And the funniest thing is people will say, oh, they're conspiracy theories. Man, you see that with your own damn hurricanes don't make 90-degree turns. It's like the one that turned and went hit Houston. They don't make 90-degree turns. It just don't happen that way. You know what I'm saying? It don't happen that way. Anybody with eyes to see can see that kind of stuff. Anybody. And it's crazy that we don't even have people in the news talk about it. I mean, if we just had real news, a real news reporter would be like, tonight on the evening news, Hurricane Sarah makes a 90-degree turn and are weather weapons being used against America. Point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Period. That's all that would be said. Instead, everybody like, oh, we got a storm coming and it's going to do this. You can see why they're watching it on the Weather Channel, that like on the real Weather Channel. They're like, what the hell is going on? You can see the look on their face like, what the hell is this? What's going on? But they're scared to see it. They're scared to see it. And they need to just be saying, man, look, this ain't normal. Weatherman Plus finally came out and said, nah, this ain't natural. This ain't normal. Straight up. Like, this is not normal. But the news cycle is so vicious right now. And I think I've explained that to you guys as we've been talking more and more about politics. You know, the news cycle is so aggressive that normally you would have 3 days where something was sitting in the news, but it's a 24-hour news. It really is a 12-hour news cycle. But I'll tell you, if you want to see the secret, Saturday, Sunday is what you watch to figure out what's going on. Because it slows down on the weekend and the stories stay there longer. So if you want to kind of skim through the news and read the news to see what's coming in the future, it's Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday where you get a break from the speed of the news cycle. And you can kind of take a breath and read it and go from there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, somebody said dark winter, lights out. Yeah, that's some old cute shit. We'll see if we have a dark winter. There's a whole bunch of cute stuff Q said ain't never happened. Some of it did happen. I can see them trying to crash the economy. We'll definitely see that. Biden said a lot of stuff. That's the one thing about the Q movement that bothers me. And none of them decisions is made at that level. Nations don't blow up. None of those decisions are made in this realm. And the funniest thing is, and I want y'all to listen to me on this. See, when you turn over your willpower, for example, Biden said this. When you turn over your willpower to what Biden says, you make Biden God. You turn your willpower over to what Trump says. You make Trump God. I love Donald Trump. I think he's going to be a great president, but he ain't my God. Jesus Christ is my God. And so they can say whatever the hell they want to say. If you want to find out what's going to happen, you go check up there with him to see what's happening. You dig? Think about it. The news said Donald Trump was going to lose the election, even though we knew he wasn't. You can see the movements all around that he wasn't. But if you want to know, I went and checked. Lord, who going to win? Donald Trump, son. Thank you. You dig? So don't get caught up in none of that foolishness. If you don't believe me, you just go back 8 years ago and look at what the news said. There's been a lot of things that have been said that that just were wrong. You dig? Somebody wants to know what happened to all my cryptid stuff. I already addressed that. I don't cover cryptids anymore. I leave the cryptids up to the witches and the warlocks in that field. Let them deal with it. Y'all get what y'all want from them. And it's drying up because they ain't getting nothing new because they don't know how to get nothing new. But the truth of the matter is, man, don't. That's what men say. What men say don't matter. It just don't. You dig? It truly, truly don't. Men gonna say a lot of things. They're gonna say a lot of things. That's what they do. They run their mouths. Thank you, Ice Man. Once you get to the bottom of that, it's real easy what it is. It's super duper easy what it is. That's the interesting thing about that's the interesting thing when you really look at everything that played out, and I've been talking about it since I started hitting this subject. When you really looked at how everything played out, you can see the spiritual warfare that was going on. I pointed out at the DNC, I pointed out the altars that were in effect at the DNC. We had Dagon with those Palestinian people walking down the street. We had Moloch with the child sacrifice, with the abortion bus out there. You had all that stuff going on. Now, I even pointed out the fact that at the RNC convention, you had representation of Jesus Christ. You had representation of Indian gods at their invocation. At the DNC, you had a hoodoo practitioner up there that gave an invocation. And so when you really look at it, you could see the warfare like literally all over the place. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can see the warfare all over the place if you understand the warfare that plays out. Then once you see that, now you can see the spiritual forces that are battling and that are lining up against each other. And now you can see where the victory is going to come. Said Letitia James still all oiled up. That chick gonna go to prison, dog. That chick gonna go to prison. Yeah, I heard about the Onion InfoWars hoax. That was something that was, I'll tell you something. Alex Jones himself, this was 4 years ago. Alex Jones, there have been court cases in the courts of heaven over Alex Jones' life, I would say for the past 6 years. Like, because they was trying to kill that man. Like, straight up whack Alex Jones. And so Alex truly was the tip of the spear, injecting light into a darkness when nobody was there. Nobody. Alex not gonna lose. I can tell you that. Alex, he's not gonna lose. It's gonna look like he's gonna lose, but he ain't gonna lose. And I give you more confirmation that Alex not gonna lose. There was a time period where I don't get a chance to watch him like I used to because I'm too busy doing my own thing. There was a time period when Alex kept on coming on air and he would say these exact words. He would say, it's almost like God only gives you what you need. He was like, I wish he would give me more than what I need, but he keeps sustaining me with what I need. And I'm sitting there looking at Alex and say, Alex, you don't understand why that happens? It happens because he wants you dependent on him. So he's gonna give you what you need. He ain't gonna give you a whole bunch more. He gonna give you what you need. You ain't gonna never lose, but you may not have all this excess. And so when I started hearing Alex say that, I said, no, Alex, you don't understand. You're in God's hands now, homie. You're 100% in his hands. Because when you're in his hands, he gives you what you need. Not necessarily what you want, but you need. And people confuse that. They'll look at what other people have. Oh, this guy has this guy has that. Blah, 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 blah. But when you look, you don't have a need that's not met. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you know you're in his hands. Especially when you're in war, like Alex was in war. In times of war, you're going to have what you need. When you come through the war, you're going to have all this excess. In times of war, you're going to always have what you need. You dig? And that's what it is. And he's been vindicated all over the place. Remember, it was like, he's turning the frogs gay. Alex Jones says that atrazine and fluoride, atrazine is turning in the water, is turning frogs gay. And then here they come, explain all the stuff that he said, and it's true. You know what I'm saying? So It's one of those things, bro. Alex ain't going nowhere. Point blank, period. Alex Jones ain't going nowhere. And I look forward to the one time, I'm hoping one time he can serve as press secretary. Just one time. Just one day. I would prefer a week of Alex Jones as press secretary. It would be the most marvelous, miraculous thing to ever see Alex Jones as press secretary for the United States of America. I would love 30 days, but I'll take one day. The media meltdown that would happen would be astronomical. I mean, it would be the most I probably wouldn't even cover it. I would just laugh for days as he ravages those people and savages those people. I mean, just truth bomb, boom, boom, on a platform where the truth can't be denied, on a platform where the media is going to have to cover the truth. What'll end up happening is this. They would never cover the press secretary meetings. You know how they do it? Every press secretary, they cover them and they critique them. Oh, they would ignore the hell out of Alex Jones. It would be marvelous. I mean, it truly would be amazing to see such a thing. I mean, it really, really would be. Man, I would smile from ear to ear laughing because he would destroy them. They'll ask him a question. Well, what does President Trump stand on this? And he'd be like, oh, you mean the deep state, such and such? And he'll start naming people who did. Dr. Fauci, who came up here and told us this, blah, 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 blah. And if they picked it, now, if the news media was smart, they would pick it up because it would be the highest ratings they would ever have. Even if they picked it up to be negative against him or try and debunk him or try and, fact check it, they wouldn't be able to fact check him, which is why they tend to ignore him, because you can't fact check Alex Jones because he'd be having his facts together and he has his proof. But nonetheless, it would be a media frenzy on social media and for social media pundits. And what would end up happening is they would try to ignore him. Social media pundits will push it through and they would end up giving up more of their territory. They would hand over more territory to people on social media because they would refuse to cover Alex Jones. So when people want to know what's going on, they're going to go find somebody on YouTube, on Twitter, or on Instagram and get the breakdown of what's happening, what Alex Jones is saying. You know what I'm saying? And that would just be that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited. Hopefully that happens. All right. I'm going to work. It's been an hour. I appreciate hanging out with you guys for an hour. It's always awesome to hang out and have conversations with you guys and talk to you and share my thoughts and opinions and what I feel and what I believe and what I think. I ain't always right. I ain't always wrong. I just do what I do. You know what I'm saying? You dig? And make it happen. All right. Catch up with y'all later. Peace out.